You see this seed? This seed right here? It's an apple seed. What's an apple seed have to do with running a successful Christian business? Hey, my name's Paul Bacco, and I've run a Christian business incubator for 15 years now. And I've been blessed to help over 965 Christians in building a company so that they can leave a legacy behind when they pass. When I look outside my window, I see trees, birds, and then I start to think about, okay, where does all this come from? Oh, that's right, it's seeds. All life originates from seeds, trees, bushes, flowers, animals, and even you and I. A tiny little apple seed grows to produce 6 bushels or 42 pounds of apples. And that's just in one season. And it doesn't just stop after that. It keeps producing and producing season after season after season. So when I look at the world, I press into this concept as I believe it unlocks one facet of our Heavenly Father, the architect, the creator. From his brain came all this stuff. In Deuteronomy 8:18, he gives us the power to create wealth. Why? To establish his covenant. Okay? His covenant is love. So his covenant involves people. He is love. God is love. Therefore, his covenant involves people, involves relationship. Okay? So therefore, people are a core part of his covenant. Now, most people are trapped in the world system, which is love money and use people, while the kingdom system is inverted. It's love people and use money. The second part of that is he gives us the power to create wealth. So when I think of wealth, I try to unpack that and understand, what is God talking about with that? I grew up Catholic, right? So we had some weird perceptions about Jesus, that he was broke and all this other nonsense, which isn't the reality of the situation. So I've had to learn how to allow the Bible to teach me about the Bible. And so when I think of wealth, okay, the second part of this verse, Deuteronomy 8:18, he gives us the power to create wealth. So what is wealth? So we think about this seed. Let's look at this. Imagine yourself walking through an apple orchard. When you're walking through an apple orchard, you never hear an apple tree say, "Whoa, shut down apple production. We've hit our quota for the day. Stop." No. All right? You also don't hear the apples complaining to each other like, "Oh, I got to pound out another apple. No. They're attached to the life force of the tree. And the apple production is a byproduct of the force of life flowing through that tree. So instead, it's a superabundance, right? You walk around and there's trees plump full of juicy apples, and even apples just rotting all over the ground. There's a superabundance. There's a flow of apples producing seeds, producing apple trees, producing more apples, producing more seeds, producing more apple trees. An orchard. And I believe the seed is a component of wealth, and with it also comes built-in momentum and acceleration and growth and expansion. Okay? And this is the flow, this flow that any aspiring Christian entrepreneur harvesting from the kingdom deserves to be in if they're in position and using kingdom principles. Okay? And I believe and can prove it's the biblical concept of wealth. It's wealth is a river. It's not a bucket. Okay? If you remove a cup of water from a bucket, the bucket goes down by a cup of water. If you remove a cup of water from the river, not a thing happens. Okay? Now, I'm not saying every Christian entrepreneur should be making $1 million a second, but if somebody is called to Christian entrepreneurship, then they should not be a broke business person. Okay? If my kids were wearing ratted out sneakers, pants with holes in them, anybody who looks at them would be like, what kind of a dad do they have? Well, we're called to be his ambassadors, his salt, his light, his billboard. So you should be like the apple tree. Superabundance. When I see you, I see the apple seed. And an apple seed comes pre-programmed with the innate power to feed you, your family, and your grandchildren, and deeper into future generations. It's an exponential growth pre-programmed into this little seed. And that innate power is a reflection of God in you. Since he's the architect of your life and you're his, then you're the architect and co-creator with him of your life. Okay? He's not going to force this on you, right? If he doesn't force Jesus on us, he's not going to force Deuteronomy 8:18 on us. And as the architect and the creator, you may be feeling that calling or drawing for more. Don't ignore it. You should pursue it with a relentless and supernatural passion and focus. Lucky for you, I've laid all the groundwork that you will need to build a successful business. having analyzed over 150 different business models, starting 10 different business models in 10 different markets, and having success, I've found the one that rules them all. I call it the Finder's business model, and it provides some serious cash flow and horsepower for anybody who puts their hands to it with wisdom, passion, and love. On the next page, I put together the 3 keys that I've learned in my decades of experience, along with some step-by-step demonstrations of how this model works. And there's no opt-in required. So if you're a Christian, thirsty for knowledge, thirsty for something new in your life, thirsty to escape your current life situation, thirsty to press into more of what God has purchased for you at a very dear price, then this is for you. I'll give you a few more seconds. Click the link below to check out the Christian Entrepreneur Manifesto designed for your success. Have a blessed day.